What up? What up? What up? How y'all doing, man? How's everybody? Salute, salute. Hope all is well. Hope everybody's having a blessed and wonderful day. It's your boy Dirty back in the building one more time. The only time you'll see me in the building this week, actually, truthfully, unless you saw me on Raider Nation Drinking Club over there with Thor and my boy Raider Q and GQ. You know what I mean? So if you didn't see me, you know what I mean, if you didn't catch the show, then you missed my only other appearance this week, ladies and gentlemen. But I am on my way out of town. So I just want to come in and address a couple of things, man. 50 billion things on YouTube. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. I want to thank every single person who subscribes, every single person who watches, even if you're not subbed, just for the fact of you turning it on is greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? Because like I say, 50 billion things in the world, 100 billion things on YouTube. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I greatly appreciate y'all for real, for real. Want to give my shots out to the folks that's in the building, man. Who's all in the building, man? My boy D Menace in the building, NWA 100. You know how it go. My boy NorCal Jesse, the best of the best of the greatest moderators, my dude, man. Shouts out to you. Salute to you. I mean, Circus Raider in the building. What's good with you, man? Brian, what's good, man? Good morning to you, man. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling blessed. You know what I mean? Ryan Rango in the building. What's good with you, Ryan? Salute to you. Hope you're doing good, man. All eyes on G. Salute to you, brother. How you feeling? Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Alfredo, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. You know what I mean? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for real, for real. Y'all know how they do. We got a Keelan Cole in the building. What's good with you, Keelan Cole, man? Hope you're doing good. Hope all is well. Ryan O'Connor, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope you're doing good. You know what I mean? Tonight's show is going to be short. It's not going to be a long show. I know I say that. And shows end up being like 3 hours. No, I'm not trying to do that. Not tonight. I will let people pull up though if they have anything to say. Caesar, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. You know what I mean? Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Thank you for being here. Thank you for pulling up. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I changed NWA. You know what I mean? Act like you know. You gotta act like you know. You know what I mean? But appreciate you for real being here, everybody. I was watching the Pivot podcast and it was the interview with Max Crosby. And one of the things that, you know, I took a lot of things away from this interview. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Pivot Podcast first and foremost. You know what I mean? I was, you know what I mean? I I'm a big follower of Pivot Podcast, man. I watch damn near every single thing that they put out, man. You know what I mean? I like Ryan. You know what I mean? I like Channing. You know what I mean? I like Fred. I think Fred should be in the Hall of Fame. Truthfully, just my opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like Fred Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame, and it needs to be soon. You know what I mean? Get that, put some respect on that man's name, man. You know what I mean? That's OG Fred Taylor, brother. Definitely deserves to be a Hall of Famer. Um, but their guest this week was um, Mad Max, right? Mad Max was the guest for them. And you know what? I saw Mad Max's interview with Bussin' with the Boys. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Bussin' with the Boys. I like some of their shows. You know what I mean? I do. I like some of their shows, but their last couple of interviews with Raider players, not so much, man. You know what I mean? Like they just their last interesting Raider player that they interviewed, you know what I mean, was a good interview, was Darren Waller. You know what I mean? I felt like that was a very good interview. You know, the one they just did with Zeke, I wasn't really feeling it, man. I ain't get too much of nothing. You know what I mean? And then this last one with Max, it was cool, but I felt like this one gave me more answers to what it is, you know, a lot of us was asking, you know what I mean? And especially one of the things that I've been screaming is about defense. You know what I mean? Jesse Cornelius, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. I see my boy Pizzle 4420 is in the building. What's good with you, man? Salute to you, Pizzle. Oh shit, Joe Lee in the building. I didn't even see you. Joe Lee, what's good with your mind? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. You know what I mean? Circus Raider says, yep, built the defense. My choice was getting Jalen Carter, but that isn't an option anymore. We're going to get into that as well. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to talk about that as well, because I said if the Raiders did anything to trade up for, it would have to be a Jalen Carter, right? I'll be surprised. Depends on the charges that they give him for. If they actually charge him, if the charges that they have against him right now carry the same weight as the charges in California, this man's not getting drafted by nobody. This man's not being drafted. His whole NFL career is over before it even starts. And I'm just being honest. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we can come back to the Maxx Crosby, because this is going to be real quick, real short. Like, you know what I mean? He's not an NFL star right now, right? So, Harry from Michigan, my dude, what's good with you, Mike? Salute to you, Mike. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Bulldog Bread, my dude, what's good with you, Mike? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come back to some of y'all comments right down there at the bottom. We was talking about, you know, the built the defense, right? And that's what I was talking about. And then we jumped into the Jalen Carter, right? Because Carter's not an option anymore. So, no, he's not, man. Carter, I don't think Carter's NFL career ever gets off the ground. For the charges that he has, if they carry the weight like they carry in California, he's gone for a long time, man. Yeah, if the charges there carry the same weight like here in California, he's gone for a long time, bro. Illegal racing carries in the event of a death. You're looking at least 10. You're looking at 10 to 15. Yeah, you're looking at 10 to 15 years. You know what I mean? And then it's your second offense of driving reckless. And now your second offense of driving reckless led to the loss of 2 lives. That's going to carry some time, man. That's going to carry some time. I would be surprised if any NFL team took a chance on him. Any team at all. You know, people are talking about you could slide and get him in the 6th or 7th round. But here's the thing. Once they arrest him and slap him with them charges, I honestly don't think that he has a chance of being drafted by anybody. I think the kid, if he goes to a team, he's probably going to be a UDFA, because there ain't no way out of this. There is zero way out of this, man. You know what I mean? If everything is true, there's zero way out of this. He left the scene because he was in a race that the other vehicle lost control and lost 2 lives. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. And we don't want that. We're not going to get that. You know what I mean? That's not welcomed here in Vegas with the Raiders. They're not having any of that. They're not playing that shit. So, yeah, bye-bye Jalen. So we will have to revisit the board and take a look at, you know what I mean, some other things. You know what I mean? Figure out something else, you know. But 0 to 10, how much confidence do you guys have in this Las Vegas Patriots staff? I got 0, none. Confidence, maybe I would probably say like a 2. Truthfully, I probably have like a 2. You know what I mean? So, Alfredo, yeah, take a listen to it. It's short. It's not even an hour. It's one of their shorter ones. That's the other thing. Pivot be doing us dirty, man. They be giving us the under the hour. Like Devontae's was only like 35, 45 minutes. Maxx was only like 47 minutes. You know what I mean? Maxx wants to build the defense. Yeah, Maxx don't mean shit to Zeke when the fans are screaming for what they want. Um, hey, look, you said Maxx wants the defense built, right? Yes, that's what he wants. You know what I mean? He wants look. The way I looked at it, right? And the way that he answered it, and the way they asked him, and the way he answered it. When he answered that question, man, I was like, you could hear the subtle tone under his voice, like, man, if they don't build this defense, bro, I'm not re-upping another contract, bro. Once this contract is done, I'm out. And not so many words. You know what I mean? Because you can hear him literally say, ain't nobody trying to wait no 2-3 years to be in playoff contention. We was just a playoff team last year with less. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody trying to hear that 2-3 year nonsense. You know what I mean? That's what I took from that. That's what I took from that answer. You know what I mean? That's what I took from that answer. That's what I heard. You know what I mean? Hey, they do. They tragedy term trying. What's good with you, man? Salute to you. Sebastian, my guy. What's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Thanks for pulling up. Video Raider, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope all is well with you. Hope life is bringing you good joys. My boy Al's Ghost, what's good with you, man? Hope everything is good. Chindo, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. I just want to say what's up to all the people pulling up, man. Y'all know how I do, man. Raiders till death, man. What's good with you? Salute to you. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, he also left the scene of accident. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Changed the story twice. Lied to the police. You know what I mean? David, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for pulling up. Omar, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Let's see. Who else is in the building? Razor, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Razor Raider in the building. What's good, man? Salute to you. Captain Point, my dude. What's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. People. Hey, look, man. People hate typing, man. I be short with mine too. You know what I mean? I be short with mine. You know what I mean? What's the punishment you think Carter gets? Dirty. So if it was here in California and he was not an NFL star or a college recruit's top guy, he'd be looking at no less than 15. He'd be looking at no less than 15 Mando. You know what I mean? Mando. He would be listening. He would, because there's lives involved. You know what I mean? So he'd be looking at 15. I think with his status or stature, he's still looking at 10 with the service of he'll probably have to serve 6. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think he gets 10 and he has to do 6, bro. You know what I mean? Hey Zeus, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing swell. You know what I mean? Let's see. We need to for real build this defense, bro. I'm tired of getting dog walked. I want to be fucking feared and dominant. Hey, I feel you. I want to dominate too, man. Sometimes I wish we could go back to the old days of defense, the way it was played, where you know what I mean, you delivered punishment, you made people afraid to come out and play against you. But the game isn't that anymore, right? So now you have to be a little bit more strategic about it. You got to be a little bit more subtle in the things that you do. You got to have the right pieces in place as well, you know. So 10 years plus that's why I said like it's probably, I feel like it shouldn't be no less than 15, but that's why I think he'll do 10. They may give him 11. He'll do 6.5, maybe 7, right? But he's gonna have to do a mass majority because there's lives involved. So and it all depends on what the college lawyer hires for him. You know what I mean? what lawyer that college goes and gets for him. You know what I mean? They probably gonna try and get they top graduate, you know what I mean, they top law graduate that has that deals with this type of case to take it on, you know. So that's tough. Question: you think we draft a QB next year or just move up and get a CJ Stroud? Well, we're not moving up to get CJ Stroud. Um, I've already I did a mock draft pertaining to just trading up. You know what I mean? I feel like it's too damn expensive to trade up. You know what I mean? Like I put in massive trade offers, man. Nothing happening. So for me, you know what I mean? I don't feel like the Raiders trade up. They have more of a chance of trading back than they have of trading up. I just don't. I don't see it. I really don't see it. I really don't think they want a quarterback either. I think they want. I think they're really engaged in building this defense, and I think that's where they're headed. You know what I mean? Especially with this draft, with the there's some players and there's some early players, there's some middle round players, and there's some late round players too. You know what I mean? So there's a plethora of players to be chosen from, and I really believe this front office is going to make a couple of wise choices on defense, especially in the first round. I believe they go defense first round. And that's just for me. You know, I think the only thing that may save him is he wasn't driving the car that killed the people. No, the guy who died, the people who died in the car, one of them was driving, but they were racing. And it does not matter. You know what I mean? It does not matter at that point in time, right? And I can tell you this because I've been through this. You know what I mean? I already went through this. And I went through this when the law was just coming out. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s when late 90s, early 2000s when street racing was starting to claim a whole lot of lives. I went through this already. You know what I mean? I literally went through this before it carried the the punishment that it carries now. You know what I mean? And as I said, the only thing that saved me was the fact that the guy who crashed and died, wasn't even a part of our race. He joined a race already in progress. Like we were racing already, you know what I mean? And he decided to join the race. And yes, you know, unfortunately, you know, he lost control of his car trying to catch up and he died. He wasn't involved in the race. Now, all of us that were involved in the race, we did do a little bit of time, you know what I mean, for illegal street racing. But none of us actually caught the charge of murder or attempted murder or vehicular homicide because, you know, in all of our testimonies, he was not a part of the race. You know, so he had nothing to do with the race. He wasn't at the starting line. Camera show, you know what I mean? Fortunately, but unfortunately, we had a driver who was recording. We had a couple of other people recording, and yeah, but you know, after it started to get out of hand, they put laws in place, and unfortunately, you know what I mean, that's a tough situation, you know what I mean? Salvatore, what's good with you, man? Carter's demise makes us desire QB falling to us worse. Might have to settle for Will Levi. Look, if we gotta settle for Will Levi, just let Chase and Stidham play. You know what I mean? And there's no knock on Will. It's just I personally don't see no real quarterbacks in this draft that I'd be willing to actually draft aside from a CJ Stroud. You know what I mean? And the other kid's name. Fuck. Can't remember the other kid's name off the top of my head. But it's only two quarterbacks that are even really worthy of being drafted. Anything outside the first round is a high risk gamble. You know what I mean? Anything outside of that, man. Darren, he said get Carter at all costs. Him and Maxx would be a nightmare for opponents. So obviously you're not up to date on what's going on with Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? Jalen Carter's NFL career is done. Darren, his NFL career is done. At least for another 6-7 years. It's done. You know what I mean? There's no NFL team going to take a chance on that, bro. Unfortunately. But salute to you. Thank you for being here. You know what I mean? Thank you for pulling up. You know what I mean? Bryce Young. Bryce Young is who I was thinking of. Those are the top two quarterbacks, man. Them are literally first-round talents. Anthony Richardson is nice. Can't stay healthy. Not a first round. But, he's not getting drafted, bro. There's no way this kid gets drafted, bro. If this kid gets drafted with the charges that he's facing, that is a bad message from the NFL. You know what I mean? Like if you're really thinking about it, the way that they're trying to give up, you know what I mean, trying to change their attitude and everything, man. I honestly don't see how they have. I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see it, bro. You know, whatever team he goes to, that is a PR nightmare, man. That is a PR nightmare, man. Mike G, my dude, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for being here. You know what I mean? Appreciate your family as always. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Make sure I got all the new people. Adam Smith, what's good with you, Mike? Salute to you. Hope all is well. SC, Cherez, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for real, for real. Carter can go to the XFL or Canada Football League or maybe an Arena Football League. Hey, look, hey, if he gets charged and he's found guilty, he could be playing for the Georgia State Correctional Facilities. You know what I mean? He gonna be one of the new players on the Mean Machine, bro. He gonna have to play against the guards once a year. You know what I mean? What are the charges so far? Vehicular manslaughter, illegal straight racing, fleeing the scene of an accident, lying to the police twice. He lied at the scene of the accident before he fled, said he had nothing to do with it, wasn't involved. Then was questioned later, lied again. And it is his second offense of reckless driving. So carrying a couple of charges. But let's go look at it. Let's get a straight up fact. All right, so hold on. First off, I can already see this kid's gonna get off. I can already see this kid's gonna get off, man. You know what? Let me go back and change my stance. You're charging this kid with misdemeanors. You're calling these misdemeanors? Okay. All right. Maybe he gets drafted in the 5th round. Maybe he's a 5th round draft pick, bro. They're going to let this kid walk, man. They're going to let this kid walk with probation. I'll revisit my stance, man. They're going to let this kid walk on with probation, man. I can already see it, man. They are going to let this kid walk with probation, man. All right. You know what? Give it a couple of days. Let's see what they say. You know what I mean? Let's see what they say. Give it a couple of days. I give it when I come back from my trip on Monday. When I come back Monday night, I'll address it after everything comes out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him a couple of days, man. I'm gonna give him a couple of days, and then we can come back and revisit the Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? So yeah, is going to hunt Carter and the team they hired. Hey, look, they're giving this kid, you know what I mean? They're giving this kid a misdemeanor, bro. They're gonna get this kid a misdemeanor. I think he will be drafted. Just the Raiders won't touch him after Ruggs. Bullshit. No, they won't. You know what I mean? But see, and that's the thing. You know, they're only misdemeanors because of who he is, bro. That's the cold part about it. If this was a normal, regular person, you know what I mean, a kid that had no chance of being an NFL star, they would have gave that kid felonies. They would have gave that kid felonies, man. But you know, that's why I said if they was here in California, they'd have been felonies. I guess in Georgia they're misdemeanors, but here in California, those are felonies. Those are felonies, and those will get you thrown in jail, bro. Those will get you thrown in prison here in California. And I could look. I'm basing it off what I know. You know what I mean? And I know those charges to be felonies, man. But it also is another state, bro. You know what I mean? So it's also another state, man. So I you know what? Let me give it some time, man. Let me come back and revisit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna subtract everything I said, and I'm gonna wait. You know what I mean? I think he was not technically responsible for his deaths. He should be a Raider with stipulations and a lot of help from our organization. Nah, man, the Raiders aren't touching that, bro. I really don't think they're touching that. But as I said, let me find out. You know what I mean? Let me give it some time. You know what I mean? Let me give it some time. Let me see what they do. Let me see what they give him. You know what I mean? Let me see what they charge him with. Let me see. You know what? You know what tells? You know what I mean? You know what tells me if he's, you know what I mean? His bail. His bail is gonna tell me everything. Whatever his bail is set at, it's gonna tell me everything. JT, my brother, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Hope you're doing good. Links in the chat if you feel like pulling up, man. Holler at me. Let me know. You know what I mean? Links in the chat. T, what's good with you, T? 911, what's good with you, man? What's good with you, Jay Supreme? You know what I mean? Salute to you. Before this, I would have gone after Carter, but not. Now I'm skeptical. Not, I mean, after the Ruggs and Arnett bullshit, I don't want to risk it on another bonehead player in the first round. I definitely don't want to risk it on a, you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good on that. John JT says I pass on him, kid. For me, mentally isn't there. He's responsible for a teammate and a woman's life, plus our history with reckless speed demons. We can't do it. Give me the linebacker from Bama. For sure. I feel that. He's too good to pass the 7. He's best case scenario at if he makes it to us. So here's the thing. He's not a first round draft pick. He is no longer, this makes him no longer a first round draft pick. He is no longer a first round draft pick. He has a massive character flaw that NFL teams are extremely afraid of. They do not want a Henry Ruggs on their team. And this has the makings of a Henry Ruggs. And we didn't even know Henry Ruggs would end up to be this, because Henry Ruggs didn't have any character flaws coming out of college, not to anyone's knowledge. But here it is. You have this kid on his, you know what I mean? Just, bro, character flaw. And like I said, it's his second driving offense of the same thing. You know what I mean? Reckless driving, doing 90 in a 40. You know what I mean? Doing 90 miles an hour in the 40-mile-an-hour zone. I mean, that's reckless endangerment, man. You know what I mean? So I believe that the Raider organization is not looking to touch that. Here's the thing. He made a mistake. Wouldn't you think he would learn from his troubles? He's the best player in the draft. I would have thought he would have learned from the first time he got the from the first offense. I thought he would have learned from the first offense. You know what I mean? You know, truthfully, I mean, if you're asking me, Darren, like, do I want the kid? I would love to have the kid if he didn't have character flaws. But there's character flaws, man. I don't care anymore about what a player is projected or how he may be the greatest. But look, if you run the risk of not being available for me, I can't take that chance. I've already had a wide receiver career end and could have been a phenomenal superstar player, right? Could have been phenomenal. Could have had a great career. We were seeing a trajectory, you know what I mean? It was on its way. But unfortunately, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, time cut short, right? Josh Jacobs, you got Marshawn Lynch just had a run in with the drinking and driving in Vegas, man. You know what I mean? Like, and I know he's not a part of the Raiders right now, but it's Vegas has a very high drinking and driving rate. A lot of people really, you know what I mean? Because alcohol is 24/7, they have a very high rate of drinking and driving. Mad Max, by the grace of God, and thankfully, you know what I mean, the kid didn't have any drinking and driving charges when he was being an alcoholic, bro. When he was going through his struggles, you know what I mean. Thank you by the grace of God, bro. You know what I mean. But with the life and the aura that Vegas brings, you need a player there that can be at a mature enough level to handle all the things that are going around. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at the lifestyle and then think about it. Will this kid really succeed in Vegas? Or will Vegas drown him? Maybe he needs to be somewhere down south like where he is. You know what I mean? But if you brought him to like a atmosphere like Vegas, that could be bad, man. You know what I mean? That could be real bad. You know? So, and that's one of the reasons, like, I'm out on him now. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of the overall big picture. And the overall big picture for me is I don't think Vegas will work for him. You know what I mean? JT says kid has always had the title, the titties in his mouth, and doesn't know how to act. Lacks accountability. He's not it. Hey, I understand that, brother. He's a kid. Get him under the right regime with the right support system. I think it's more than that. I think it's gonna be more than that. At Dirty probably in these chats is a little sus. He say. Um, but I don't. Hey, look, I'm not even really tripping. You know what I mean? Who's in the chat? I just appreciate them for watching, but thanks for looking out for me, homie. You know what I mean? Greatly appreciate you for real, for real. You know what I mean? Um, says, I'm sure he learned from this. He's definitely become more mature after this. We've all done some dumb stuff here and there. Yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, man, how long does it really take you to learn a lesson? You know what I mean? Everybody's done some dumb shit, but you know how long it takes for you to actually learn from that lesson? You know what I mean? It would be too quick, and I think throwing him in an atmosphere like Vegas would be bad for him. You know what I mean? I just I feel like truthfully, man, like if he uh if he came to Vegas, man, I think Vegas would be bad for him. I don't think Vegas would be a great fit for that kid. And I don't want to be the one that I don't want to be the team that messes him up even more than what he is, man. You know what I mean? Mike G, you stupid, bro. You stupid, bro. Mike G's a fool. Some never learn. That's true. You know what I mean? Some people never learn, you know. So hopefully, he learns a lesson. You'll find out. You know what I mean? Remember John Gruden got a DUI in early 2000, but we took him later, 2017. Hey, look, the way it is then and the way it is now is two completely different things. Um, you know what I mean? There's some risk that throws all in the basket. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. My source confirmed that Mount Shipmore is still scared and won't pull up. Hey, they won't. Not a big deal to me. I can care to. I don't give two shits about them. You know what I mean? I told y'all I'm not giving them cats no airplay around here, man. You know what I mean? Tonight we just gonna stick with football. You know what I mean? I said I put my video out. You know what I mean? I put my video out. I said what I had to say. Nobody responded. You know what I mean? That's how I wanted it to be. I wanted to say my piece. I wanted to be heard. It got heard. People shut the fuck up. That's all I care about, man. You know what I mean? That's all I care about. I will continue to not support these cats. I will I will continue to not like these cats. You know what I mean? But I will also leave all that other stuff to the Saturday night shows, the Friday night shows, you know what I mean? But the midweek shows where I'm just trying to do football, I'm just gonna do football, man. I'm not gonna do nothing else. I'm gonna just do football and not worry about nothing else. You know what I mean? The drama can come on drama nights. Drama nights are Friday, Saturday night. You know what I mean? Friday, Saturday night is drama night. You know what I mean? And we invite all drama. But for now, we're just gonna do football. If that's okay. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Love y'all to death too. You know what I mean? I want to entertain with just straight football tonight. Um, but looking at the Mad Max interview with Pivot Podcast, right? Jumping back into it. You know what I mean? The biggest thing that I took away from that interview was the fact that Mad Max wants to build this defense, man. He's not happy with the defense. He addressed that in so many words. You know what I mean? He tried to be very professional and polite about it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he had to say what he said. You know what I mean? And lots of people don't think he's going to fall. The biggest defensive tackle prospect since Sue. That's generational talent, and that you can't pass on. He's rare. Hey, look, everything you're saying is right, Darren. I'm not arguing none of that, right? He is generational talent, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to wait till Monday to address Jalen Carter. Y'all got me jumping the gun early. You know what I mean? I want to sit back and wait. I want to see what happens. I want to see if there's a bail set for him. I want to see what actual charges they give him. If you're telling me misdemeanors, man, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? He's not going to learn a lesson. You're charging the kid with misdemeanors. There's not a lesson to learn, bro. That's a slap on the wrist probation. That ain't no lesson to learn, bro. They're not putting him behind no bars. He's not going to learn a lesson. If they get him off of charges that, you know what I mean, if they get him on lesser charges than the charges he should be facing, there's no lesson learned. It's going to say, I'm such a great player, they'll make up for me. They'll figure a way to get me out of it. He's not learning a lesson. He's not. I'm just being honest as a father. You know what I mean? Like, real dads know. You can catch your kid, you can catch your kid, and you can catch your kid. At some point in time, you're going to have to let your kid fall on their face to learn a lesson, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to let your kid fall on their face to learn the lesson, bro. And if everybody keeps catching him, man, he's never going to learn. So that's my issue with that. So let me wait my 5. Let me wait till Monday, bro. I'll readdress it on Monday. You know what I mean? I'll dedicate a whole show to it if you want me to. But right now, I want to talk about what Maxx Crosby is feeling about this team, bro. You know what I mean? I want to talk about our defensive captain and what his issues with this team is. You know what I mean? And I think all I said, that sounds like something. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all have fun over there with that, man. Y'all have fun with that over there, man. I love y'all to death, for real, for real. But no, see, Maxx Crosby, when you're looking at his interview, man, and he's getting mentally healthy, you know what I mean? He's out playing basketball. The man is trying to keep the rhythm going, keep in shape, you know what I mean? He's trying to do his thing. He's working hard. He's in the gym. You know, and he's looking for this team. Sorry, my wife's at work. She's calling me, texting me. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. I'm sorry. I do apologize. But Maxx Crosby is looking at this defense. You know what I mean? One of the things he brought up was our depth. You know what I mean? Which is one of the things that I have been saying. You know what I mean? Our depth pieces aren't really there. You know what I mean? What it is we need and what it is we want are two completely different things, right? So for us right now, our depth pieces aren't there. They're not there to the satisfaction of the captain of the defense. You know what I mean? And he's not shitting on any players. But you know what I mean? Like like you said, a lot of our players that was there last year was 1-year players. They're not here anymore. You know what I mean? So, I think everybody needs a scapegoat. And that's what he was hired for in the first place. Everybody needs a scapegoat, right? Every big boss man has to have a scapegoat. Somebody that can get the axe, because you ain't gonna axe Mark Davis. So who's he gonna axe? Marcel Reese, because he's gonna say Marcel Reese advice didn't pay off. You know, or maybe Marcel Reese asked to be released because he didn't like the way the team was going. All right. Gotta think about it. Like, you know what I mean? When you're the one doing the firing, you can write the narrative any way you want. You know what I mean? Big Little Bosco, my dude, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for pulling up. You know what I mean? Max tired of getting held every play. Yeah, he is, man. He definitely is. You know what I mean? He's tired of getting held every single play. So he wants some help on that D line. He also would like to have you know what I mean? He would also like to have some defensive backs. You know what I mean? Some linebackers. Like he wants some depth pieces. He wants some stars, some veterans. You know what I mean? He want them to hit on draft picks. You know what I mean? Like Mad Max was talking big things. You know what I mean? Mad Max was talking big things in his interview. You know what I mean? And like I said, from what I took from it was if they don't address this defense, Mad Max isn't coming back after this contract. He's on his way out. You know what I mean? Hey, probably not, bro. You know what I mean? Probably not, bro. Like I said, who knows? He probably wasn't happy with the way the team is going. You know what I mean? I wouldn't blame him. You know, I don't have. Hey, look, if staff members are leaving because, you know what I mean, they feel like uh the team's not being ran right. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, but you know, I just feel like for me, I'm more concerned about what's here. You know what I mean? I'm more concerned about what's here, what's going on. You know what I mean? How we're going to build for the future. You know what I mean? Marcel Reese played football for us, but he doesn't play anymore. So can he really help me on the field? No. I'm more concerned about what we can put on the field. What can we build, you know what I mean, that would actually be on par with the top teams in the NFL. Raider 88, what's good? What you mind? Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you for real, for real. Hey, look, it just won't be first round, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm willing to bet you $10 the kid doesn't get drafted in the first round. You know what I mean? I think he's a second round draft pick. Maybe if he goes in the first round, it's gonna be super late. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be super late, but you know, like I said, I'll wait till Monday and find out, man, what they actually get the kid, man. You know what I mean? I'll wait till Monday to actually find out what they're really gonna do with him. You know what I mean? Because from now till Monday, the stories and charges are gonna change about 3 to 4 times, man. You know what I mean? If they're really trying to get this kid off, things are gonna change, stories are gonna, start to line up. They're gonna find out the cop was the one that was lying, like, so let me wait. You know what I mean? What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? Salute to you. Hey, look, black and grayed out, my dude. What's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Does Carter have a history of problems? This is his second offense for reckless driving. This is his second offense for reckless driving. His first one was doing 90 in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. You're dirty. Your opinion, would Marcus Peters or Jalen Ramsey be solid? Bring in the both of them. Both wanted to be Raiders, but they did have an altercation. Um, I would take them both. Truthfully, I would take them both. I bring in Jalen Ramsey and Marcus Peters. I would. Um, I think that'd be a wonderful tandem. And one of the things that I really would like about the both of them is being able to teach our younger DBs. You know what I mean? Um, Me personally, bro, I would even, and then you put Nate Hobbs in the slot back at where he's supposed to be. and you let a Meek be his backup. Yeah, yeah, that's good depth right there. That I mean, my whole thing is, can we bring in a Jordan Poyer too? Can we bring in a Jordan Poyer too? If we could bring in Jalen Ramsey, Marcus Peters, and Jordan Poyer, I think our defensive backfield takes a massive leap from last year. I think that would be a nice defensive backfield. Circus says they would be solid pieces, but you have to bring in a good pass rush. They won't be getting cooked last year. Yeah, you still got to bring in the pass rush. You know what I mean? Regardless of the defensive backs, you're not wrong in that. You know what I mean? You're definitely not wrong in that. You know what I mean? But you gotta check. You know what I mean? You gotta definitely check up on that defensive line. Defensive tackle. The best defensive tackle in the draft is what I want at number 7, and not Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? I don't want. You know what? Like I said, let me see. Let me see. If they change everything up, man, you know what I mean? They just get this kid a slap on the wrist. I'm gonna be real hesitant about getting him, bro. Be real hesitant about him going anywhere, truthfully. You know what I mean? Poyer wants to play on a non-state tax team. Hey, I also think he wants to get out of Buffalo too, man. He's been there so many years. You know what I mean? CJ's not going to be there at 7. I just don't see CJ Stroud being there at 7. I don't. But if he is, and they take him, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? But honestly, I don't see CJ Stroud being there at 7. I just don't. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't knock on the kid, but a lot of his stats came from his wide receivers, man. You know what I mean? He had a trio of wide receivers that are good. You know what I mean? If you get CJ Stroud, man, please get one of his wide receivers in the second round. You know what I mean? Pair him with one of his wide receivers from Ohio State in the second round. But y'all know how I feel about Ohio State. I feel like Ohio State just don't work out for us. You know what I mean? If I'm being honest, I feel like Ohio State just doesn't work out for us. I don't know what the curse is. You know what I mean? But he said Poyer would be nice. McDaniel said he wants players that touch the ball and QB. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I said, like, I want to see where this free agency goes before I start getting into what we should draft and all of that. You know what I mean? I really want to see where this free agency goes. I want to see what they address. You know what I mean? It'll tell me a lot. You know what I mean? If they go out and build this defensive backfield and this linebacker core and then don't touch the defensive line, you know what I mean? That tells me that they got big plans of drafting the defensive lineman. You know what I mean? Especially with the first overall. I mean, with the number 7 overall pick. You know what I mean? That's going to tell me a lot. You know. Also, you know what I mean? If they trade for Jalen Ramsey, like, that's going to be something else. You know what I mean? Uh, so, it's really gonna be a tough one. You gotta, gonna have to wait and see. You know what I mean? We're really gonna have to wait and see. Uh, People are talking about trading up. I don't really see how that's gonna be, if that's gonna be affordable. You know what I mean? As I told you, I did this once already. You know what I mean? Where we tried to trade up and get, you know what I mean? Do you think we restructure some contracts? Green Bay free up 40 million yesterday. I don't know. That's a good question, Brian. The question is, whose contracts are you going to restructure? Who's going to be willing to restructure for a team that didn't make the playoffs? You know what I mean? Max just got his. You know what I mean? And he doesn't need to restructure nothing. He's gonna look at them like, restructure. What? I just gave you a discount. You know what I mean? So I definitely would take Tillery. I would definitely take Hargrave. I'm hoping for Hargrave since Deron Payne is no longer on the board. I told you, Hargrave or Payne for me, bro. You know what I mean? And so Payne's not on the board anymore. I'm gonna have to go with Hargrave. You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely have to go with Hargrave on this one. Hopefully we can get him in the building. Hopefully we can have a conversation with him. You know what I mean? Jalen Ramsey. Let me see what's going to be the cost of Jalen Ramsey to be traded. Um, let's see. Let's see. What is what is his trade value? Man, this doesn't tell me what his value is, man. I hate when they do shit like that. Don't give me no numbers. Tell me what is it gonna cost to get him? You know what I mean? What is it gonna cost to get him? Let's see. PFF says Jalen lay PFF lays out Jalen Ramsey to Dolphin trade that doesn't include a first rounder. So if you can get Jalen Ramsey without a first rounder, I definitely want to be involved in this. I would definitely want to be involved in this. Um, Rams trade Ramsey and the 2023 fifth round compensatory pick. Dolphins trade a 2023 second round pick, 2024 second round pick. Uh, wow. Oh wow. If that's all it's taking, bro, let's make that deal. If that's what you're asking for, man, let's make that deal, man. I do you one better. I do you one better. I give you my second. Nope, 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 nope. I give you my third this year. I give you my third round this year. I give you one of my fifth rounds this year. And I give you my third round next year. Nope, 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 nope. I would match that. I think I would match that, bro. Jalen Ramsey, I would match that. I would definitely match that deal. You know what I mean? And throw you in a late sixth rounder this year, man. I got two of them. I throw you in a late sixth rounder this year. You know what I mean? I give you three picks. You know, that's just me. Yeah, I saw that list. I saw that list, T. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I just want to see this defense become something awesome, bro. I would love to see them be ranked in the top 15. You know what I mean? I think with a middle of the pack offense and a top defense, top 15 defense with a middle of the pack offense, I think that they may be able to do something. You know what I mean? I think that they may be able to do something. Um, as I said, it's really not going to be a long show. You know what I mean? It's going to be a real quick, short one. I got to get ready. Like I said, I got to get ready to head out to Arizona. Um, I always appreciate you guys pulling up. I always thank you guys for being in the chat and showing love and asking questions and giving your opinion. You know what I mean? It's truly appreciated. You know what I mean? Um, but in all honesty, this defense, you know what I mean? Just listening to our captain, my final takeaway of what I, heard and was listening to on the Pivot podcast, you know what I mean, with Maxx Crosby, was the fact that this this team, this regime needs to head in a direction that is suitable and happy enough for our players to be happy. You know what I mean? I would hate to lose a Maxx Crosby, you know what I mean, in the next contract simply because we didn't didn't do enough, you know what I mean, to actually be uh playoff contenders. You know what I mean? Yes, everybody wants to win the Super Bowl. At the same time, nobody wants to be left out of the playoffs either, man. If we could just make the playoffs, that would be great, right? It would mean a lot if we could just make the playoffs, you know. And our defensive captain wants, defense. He wants somebody to get on that line with him, you know what I mean, solidify, that defensive tackle role. You know what I mean? He would like to have some depth, you know what I mean, especially at corner and linebacker. Um, I honestly think that, Denzel Perryman and the Raiders might be close to inking a deal. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Uh, much respect to Denzel Perryman. Appreciate you, Brody. Um, but yeah, like for me, like I like everything that I heard out of Maxx Crosby's mouth, man. I'm rocking with Maxx. I've always been rocking with Maxx. You know what I mean? Uh, hey, I appreciate you, NorCal Jesse, man. For real, for real. You know what I mean? Um, I appreciate you for real, always, brother. Thank you for the well wishes and the safe blessings. Um, but let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I feel like this interview laid it out on the table, man. You know what I mean? This was Mad Max saying what he needed to say, and then not so in the, you know what I mean, and not such a harsh way, you know what I mean. But he made it publicly known that, you know what I mean, this regime needs to get on the ball and bring in some defensive pieces. You know what I mean? They need to get off the pedestals, get off the high horses, go ahead and open up these pocketbooks and bring in some star caliber players, man. My I have a very short list of players that I would like to bring in. You know what I mean? I would like to bring in a Hargrave. I want a Jordan Poyer. I would like to get a Marcus Peters in here to teach, play and teach. You know what I mean? And if Jalen Ramsey is going for 2 seconds, hey, let's match that and get that. You know what I mean? If Jalen Ramsey is going for 2 second round picks, man, I believe that's something we can match. You know what I mean? I believe that's something we could definitely match. And as far as him getting a new contract, he's going to have to play under the one he's on now for at least a year. And then we could revisit from there. You know what I mean? But if we make the playoffs and he has a great year and he looks like the Jalen Ramsey of old, then I probably won't have an issue copping him over his money. But if he's the Jalen Ramsey of last year, you know what I mean, because of whatever reasons, then hey, look, you're gonna have to have a contract, a talk. You know what I mean? Now, also remember, Jalen Ramsey is demanded a lot of money in these states that have taxes, like California. You know what I mean? Nevada doesn't have any state tax. You know what I mean? He can actually take a little bit less and still make money. So, but that's it. My final words, my final thoughts are Maxx Crosby has laid out the plan, the blueprint, what he feels like would be a successful team. And I just hope that this front office addresses those needs of what our captain is asking for. You know what I mean? It would go a long way in showing, you know what I mean, great relationship status if this man, who gave you a smooth deal last year with his contract could get something in return as of a defensive team. You know what I mean? A good defense, man. 50 billion things on YouTube. The fact that you allowed me to grace your screen for any amount of time was greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. I thank you as always. You guys could be anywhere in the world. The fact that you're here means more than I can verbally express. And as always, no matter how much it rains, you can never stop the sun from shining. Raider Nation, YouTube, go get your motherfucking sunshine, man. We out.